This is a follow-up video to another video I made like, what, 3 weeks ago? So that should be in a tag in the top left corner, or right, or whatever it is. So click that if you want to watch that first, and then come back to this one. So recently, an absolute bombshell was dropped on us with this basically work-in-progress music right here, put on the screen. But not only was that dropped, but we were given a little bit more insight to how some things have been fixed. This train thing, for example. So I think it's about time for me to make a follow-up video. Also, in my last video, I I forgot like a lot of things to actually talk about. So I'll clarify some of that in this video and make things a lot better. So I'm first gonna start off with the how do I put it, less important stuff, and move on to the more important stuff. Starting with the improved explosions. Honestly, this is actually really great because I remember multiple times goofing around in the sandbox and having to wait through like 2 minutes of lag for something to actually happen, even if it was just like one frame of movement. And sometimes this would also happen in the base game, though much, much rarer. So, I'm definitely glad that this has been implemented. And also, the explosion just looks overall enhanced. I don't really know how to explain it, but you get what I mean. And of course, the next clip comes from our good friend Peter. Now, to basically summarize this, trams used to be really basically rudimentary, like it would just go forward or 90 degrees. And now they basically can go wherever you want. Um, this is really cool, and I'm imagining plenty of custom Ultrakill roller coaster levels. And I mean, a lot of them. And now, of course, the part you've all probably been waiting for, uh, the Light Up the Night video, 7-2. Now, instead of just going basically briefly over this, I'm going to go in excruciating detail about every single interesting thing I found in this video. So, let's go. Now, before the video really even starts, we can notice three big things. The first thing is that the tiles look similar, however, probably due to a combination of it being dark and maybe them being more dirty or blood-stained, they look different. So, same kind of idea, but they look different. Second thing is that the player character's health is 55, not 100, which means there has to have been at least one room before this room we're seeing here. I'm thinking of a kind of 1-2 style where we go through half of the level, and then this extra part that we're about to see is the other half of the level. And right here, we get to see a new type of door. Pretty obvious, to be honest. Obviously, there's a lot more to unpack here. First of all, bullets right here, and that basically either means that that's just decoration, or that could be potentially a new enemy. We don't know. I would like to think that the spotlights would also like play into a later part of the level where you're like maybe in a plane or something and it's being shot down and you have to like maybe avoid the spotlights, but I don't think that's likely, and I think they're just there for decoration, to be honest. Third thing, giant river of blood. This means we're in the first part of the violence layer, which means 7-1 isn't really even inside of the violence layer. It's kind of like the entrance to the violence layer, while this is the first part of the violence layer, which, if that makes sense, which means the Minotaur is either either the boss at the end of this level or the boss at the end of 7-1. So we really don't know here. Also, I don't know if you can tell from here, but there are 4 Cerberuses stuck together on that central platform in the distance. Also buildings. Here we get to see a little bit more of the landscape. We see a giant Cerberus statue off to the left. We see these 3 giant swords machines that appear to be under construction, which seems to imply a kind of Corpse of King Minos aesthetic. So potentially we fight in or on top of those machines, if they are swords machines. There also appears to be some kind of very light section at the very end of this area. You see that, like, right there? I'll highlight it in post, but you can see it right there. Also, towards the right, there seemed to be an extra path, probably leading to a secret that I didn't mention earlier. Alright, so here's the big bombshell. Get it? Basically, we know that the level name is Light Up the Night, we know that this is 7-2, and we also see these bombs. And they appear to spawn these new types of enemies. Now, what I saw originally from this, video, once it came out, is people were speculating that this was a new chain gunner enemy, like from the original Doom games. Because, you know, this area on the left looks like a gun, and this on the right looks like a shield. So, like, a really powerful shielded enemy with, like, a minigun. Now, with recent music that has been released, a lot of people have disproved that theory, but I still would like to keep it into consideration, because I don't think Kakita would just immediately drop concept art for a new type of enemy in this new work-in-progress song that he's making. Why would he just drop a new enemy? Because we don't even see the face, if the face is, like, right here in the center. We don't see it. But we do get a clearer image of the shield in the music video, or in the video for the music. So, why not go over there? Also, before I go, I'd like to mention that there's this green square on this left bomb, or at least what's coming out of it has a green square, so, I don't know what to make of that. Radiation, I don't know. Alright, first, can I immediately say how much of a jam this song is? Like, it's actually a banger. Second thing, the song name is... Here, let me just read it. Hear the Siren Song Call of the Dead, which makes it basically one of the longest song names in Ultrakill, up there with the song that plays in the level colloquially known as 4-S. So, if this is going to be the official name, it's going to be a pretty long one, but my goodness, is it a banger. And just from looking at the concept art here, it looks a lot more vibrant than what we saw in the actual game. There's a lot more red, as what we saw was just a lot of gray. Now, this just does look like a shield. This looks like nothing else. There's a little peephole at the top, there's a bunch of stuff at the bottom, and it's just in a general shield shape. And I wouldn't say that this is an actual enemy. And if it is, my goodness, holy cow, is it a weird enemy. It's really, really weird looking. But honestly, I like it. Add some spider legs to it, and you got a perfectly fine enemy there. But that's all we really got. However, I would like to bring up the fact that this song sounds pretty similar, well, at least the beginning of this song sounds very similar to the song playing in the video titled With It Good. Let me play it right now. Now, if you're wondering why you've never seen this video, it's because it's an unlisted video from Hikita. You can really only get it from a direct link. There are actually 2 unlisted videos about the new update, but you'll only see the other one if you get a link. So, here's your extra spoiler, I guess. But the songs in these 2 videos sound very similar. So, I don't know what to make of that, but maybe they're in the same level, which would mean that uh, most of these tiles are just going to stay the same. They're all white, and they're not bloodstained. In fact, they're just in a very dimly lit environment. And now, I'm going to list off a bunch of other things that are going to be changed in this update that I did not mention last video. So, get ready for this one. More sandbox updates. New Cybergrind Jukebox. New enemy targeting system. Cleaner UI. You can now have up to 4 rebinds at any time for any given action. Now, I didn't mention these in my last video as they're honestly pretty minor and don't really concern the actual violence layer, but I might as well add them in here because I forgot to last time. Anyway, wait for this video to become outdated in 10 days and me having to make another video about this in another 3 weeks. See you later.